Without further ado, let us go to the Zoom machine and say hello to the one and only Wonder Boy Thompson. There he is. What's up, my man? How are you?
What's up, my brother? Doing good. Glad to be on with you, man.
It's always good to talk to you. I appreciate the time. I know it's a busy week as you get prepared to head out to Vegas. Can I just ask, because you kind of referred to this on Twitter, like when you're on deck and you're the next event, after an event like we had on Saturday where it's just complete bananas with the emotions and the highs and like some OGs getting over and winning and stuff, what do you feel? Like when you're literally next up, how does that affect you? How do you digest what we saw on Saturday?
It's inspiration, to be honest with you. It fires me up, man. It makes me want to, after fights this past weekend, he had some knockouts, he had some, some upsets, some crazy upsets. It just makes me want to go out there and perform the best that I can. You know what I mean? Especially ending the year out, being the last co-main event.
Favorite moment from Saturday? I feel like there were like 10.
Oh my goodness. I know there were so many to choose from. I would have to say, Pena submitting Nunes.
Yeah.
Crazy. I thought that was crazy. I thought that was wild. Well, I mean, she's a beast anyway. So, I mean, it was kind of hard to pick against somebody like Nunes because she's been so dominant. But to go out there and submit her like that and win a lot of the striking exchanges, it was awesome.
It's crazy, right? Because, I mean, you're a striking expert. The striking isn't exactly the most textbook, right? I mean, it's a lot of looping punches and stuff like that. I feel like she just won on sheer heart and toughness. Like she just did not want to lose that fight.
I agree, man. I mean, she just outwilled her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what surprised me the most. Most ladies that fight against Nunes, they go out there to try, I guess, to survive, it looks like, and she didn't. She imposed her will on the Nunes and it broke her. It just looked like it just broke her.
No intimidation, nothing of that sort. When you see some people who have had ups and downs, like a Charles Oliveira, right? Started his UFC career 10-8, now 10-0. When you see someone like Pena who's had ups and downs, for you, because I was just saying before you came on, people are saying, oh, that was Dustin's last chance. I'm not ready to say that. I'm not ready to say Stephen Thompson can't be welterweight champion in 2022. We have to see Glover Teixeira as the champion at 205. Brandon Moreno was cut from the UFC. He's the champion at 125. This has to give you hope as well, right?
Oh, man. So such inspiration. Oh, yeah. And it should with Dustin as well. Like, you should not let that loss get him down at all. I mean, you've seen him, his ups and downs and get so close, but not yet. But, man, the guy's still young. He's still crushing people and still beating the guys in the top, right? So when I look at that, especially when I see Glover Teixeira and these guys, that inspires me too. I mean, the guy's 40, 42, 43?
Yeah.
Right? And he's been close and he finally got it.
Yeah.
And he did it amazing. So that does nothing but inspire me for sure.
So you're still very much in the mix at 170. In fact, congratulations. You just re-signed with the UFC, right? 4-fight deal?
I think it was a 6-fight deal.
Oh my. Okay. Look at you getting locked in. Commitment.
Yeah, man. They haven't got the last of me. They can't get rid of me. I love it, man. I love the fight game.
Were you, did you have a fight left before you resigned or were you a free agent?
No, this would have been my last fight.
Okay.
On my contract.
Wow.
This one would have. So we resigned and ready to rock and roll, man. Ready to rock and roll. They, I'm not beat up. I'm feeling good. Yeah, I'll be 39 in February, but I feel like I'm 25 and just training smart. There's a lot left in me for sure.
Did you consider testing the waters or you wanted to stay in the UFC?
Yeah, man, I wanted to kind of stay with the UFC. They've been good with me and good to me. And so that's who I kind of wanted to be with.
Now, what about this fight with Belal? Because there's a lot of guys at welterweight. Like welterweight, I have a bone to pick with welterweight because I feel like a lot of the guys kind of squat on their spot. No one wants to fight anyone behind them. No, everyone's very picky and choosy about who they fight. You're fighting someone who's, pretty considerably behind you. How did you feel about this matchup when it was presented to you?
I thought it was great. I was in, his shoes not too long ago, right? And I felt the same when I fought Jeff Neal and Vicente Luque. These guys that were ranked above me. I was ranked number 9, and you had Johnny Hendricks give me that opportunity. And why not give that back to these guys that are up and coming? And so I don't mind. It keeps me focused. I think you do have a lot of guys that are ranked above me that are just waiting, right?
Mm.
They're just waiting. Why wait, man? Why wait when you can improve and keep testing yourself against these new up and comers? And Belal Muhammad is that guy. He's tough, man. He's like good everywhere, but he's known for his toughness and his cardio. And especially after losing to somebody like Gilbert Burns, the way that I lost, it was terrible. But it fires me up to knowing that I'm actually facing off against somebody fairly similar, who's not afraid to shoot and take, to try and take you down. He may take a note out of Gilbert Burns' book, but whatever the fight goes, I'm going to be ready for it.
What went wrong against Gilbert back in the summertime?
I don't think it was physically wrong. I think it was something mentally. Like I was more focused on, his takedown than what I should be doing to him. And it's funny because after listening to Dustin Poirier after his last fight, it's almost like we manifested. That was one thing that he was worried about, was getting his back taken, and he got his back taken and choked out. Mm-hmm. I was worried about the takedown, and I ended up getting takedown and held down. So I think with that mental, it kind of manifests. So I'm not worried about what he does. All I'm focused on for this one is what I want to be doing to him.
Is that, we all remember like the Matt Brown fight back in the day, and something like you've evolved so much as a fighter, but has that been a thing for you? Like where you've, thought about fights and you're like, oh my, you worried about something and then it either like helped you or didn't help you, right? Like you were worried about something and you got over it, but then sometimes you have worried about something too much to where, back in July, it kind of hurts you.
Yeah. I think worrying too much, like you want to be aware of what your opponent can do to you, and you want to prepare for that. But when you're out there and that's all you're thinking about, you're no longer thinking about your game plan. You're no longer thinking about what you should be doing to him. And I think that's where I kind of fell into. So just an easy mindset switch, really. It kind of made sense afterwards as well. After my dad said something, my coach said something, it looked like you were just too worried about the takedown. And I was like, yeah, why was I doing that? Mm-hmm. And when I did tee off, when I was doing what I was supposed to be doing out there, I was landing shots. Mm-hmm. I was hitting him, so I knocked him out with a spin hook kick. But yeah, it's a weird thing. It's crazy how the mind works.
Does Belal do anything that worries you?
You should always be ready. I don't think so. I'm not afraid of his power, not afraid of his striking. The worst thing that he could do is, I think, try and take me down. Right. Maybe try and submit me. I don't see anything. He's good everywhere. And which makes this fight kind of interesting and fun for me. It's like preparing for Rory McDonald all over again. He's good everywhere, and you had to be prepared wherever the fight goes. And that's what excites me. That's what makes this game so fun in my eyes, is to be able to adapt mid-fight if need be.
Is there a fight that gnaws at you after all this time? One fight that you wish you could get back?
Man.
Maybe not.
There's a few, actually.
Really?
There's a few, to be honest with you. Yeah, obviously it was the Matt Brown fight. That one stuck with me for a while. I was like, I wanted that fight back so bad. I knew I was better than that. Another shot at Tyron, if he was still here, obviously. Which that it doesn't eat at me, but it's just there. I know that I could beat these guys. And of course, the Anthony Pettis fight.
Yeah.
That was kind of a bummer. Out there beating him, and then next thing you know, I'm waking up in the back.
The way you talk about that fight and laugh at yourself about it, or at least like outwardly laugh at yourself, is so commendable, I must say. Like I've seen you do the video watch along thing, and just kind of, I don't know how you do that. How do you have such a nice, good, fun demeanor when talking or looking at yourself getting knocked out?
What happened happened. There's no way that I could go back and change it at this point, and it was such a weird thing because I've never been knocked out before. It's always been in the back of my head, like, this is the time. This is the time I get knocked out. It just never happened until then. It was like I least expected it,
Yeah.
I was beating the guy. All I remember is getting up out of the first round off the stool and like, all right, I'm going to pick it up this round. I don't remember any of the second round.
Wow.
I remember kind of these sparkles kind of fade away, and I see Chris Weidman's fat face just grinning at me. He's in the back, like, dude. Yeah, I kept asking him the same question over and over again. I don't know. It was just funny to me. And there's no changing it now. So why not laugh about it?
It's amazing. By the way, so great to see Chris training with you. I've seen the photos of are there any limitations there when he's training?
No, not really. Well, he can't move on it as well.
Okay.
If like if he was just striking, for instance, he would have a hard time. But if it comes to wrestling or having somebody on the ground, the jiu-jitsu, the wrestling aspect, he can do that all day.
Wow.
He can do that all day. That was one thing that disappointed my last camp. I wasn't able to have Chris Weidman with me.
Right.
He wasn't in camp because of his injury, but he was here this time. And that gives me all the confidence in the world.
Will he corner
having
you?
him in my corner, having him. Say that again?
Is he going to corner you for this one?
Not this one. Not this one. He's going to be watching, but he won't be able to be there in the corner. I got to get him back out there in my corner, man. I got to get him back in the corner. The last time he cornered me was when I fought Rory McDonald.
Oh, wow. Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
That was like, what, 2016, I think, right? 2016.
Look at this guy. Was it 16?
Yes, June 18th,
it might have
2016, Ottawa.
Yeah.
We're approaching, what? It's been 5.5 years since that fight. Holy smokes, Steven.
That's crazy.
We're getting old.
I know.
We're getting old.
Don't say that. Don't say we are not getting old.
We're not.
You look great, man.
Well, thank you.
Stop.
Thank you. I'm 39 as well.
No grays. No grays.
No, nothing. Did you think, by the way?
I got a ton.
You got a ton. Is that where you're shaving it so tight?
Yeah, that's why I keep it short on the sides. You know? Call me salt and pepper.
That's a veteran move. You're going to start looking like your old man very soon. Did you like when you were planning your career? Did you think, 40s, I'm still going to be fighting. I'm going to be one of these guys who still looks like I'm 25. Was that part of the plan, or are you surprising yourself?
No, I'm kind of surprising myself, to be honest with you. I've always wanted to compete. I always loved fighting, but I never thought that I would be where I am today and still feeling the way I do.
Right.
You know? And I think that, obviously that has a lot to do with the coaches and the way I'm training. So hats off to those guys.
Do you have a limit in mind? Like you don't want to go past a certain number?
Man, I want to break records, man.
Oh.
I want to break records. I want to be the oldest guy who ever fought in the UFC.
Wow.
They're going to have to bring out like a senior division or something.
Sick. Honestly,
is the plan.
Other than the hands, you haven't had, and I'm assuming they're okay now. Like nothing's really plaguing you, correct?
No, nothing at all. Nothing at all. No injuries. My knees feel great. I've had 4 knee surgeries on my left, 2 on my right.
Damn.
And they feel awesome. They feel great right now. So I'm going to do this as long as my body will let me, or when my dad says I'm done.
And the hands are okay?
Hands are great. Hands are good. No problems with it at all. I can grab, I can punch. Back to my hand conditioning. It's all good.
I sort of feel like because Usman has been so dominant and because he's fought all these guys, he's about to start, fighting guys for a second time, just fought Masvidal twice, just fought Colby twice, we assume, and I think we hope he fights Leon so that we can finally, see that fight come to fruition, even though he fought him the first time as champ. I feel like because you haven't fought him, you only have to win a couple here. Like you're the fresh guy in this mix, right?
Yes, I am. He's beat everybody ranked above me so far. He fought and beat Vicente Luque, who was kind of there as backup his last fight. So, they're running out of guys. They're going to have to give him somebody fresh, somebody different, somebody he's not used to. So I think that would be fun. That's the goal.
Mm-hmm.
That's the goal. I'm not dwelling on it, but I would love to fight for it again for sure.
In your mind, how many do you think you need? I kind of feel like you just need like two wins.
I think so. Right? I beat this guy. I beat one more, and it's go time.
Right. Did you feel is that what made the Burns fight annoy you so much? Like, did you feel like you win that one and you're probably in that mix?
Yeah. It did annoy me. It did upset me. You sure hurt my dad in the back. He laid into me after that fight.
Really?
It was hilarious. Oh man, yeah.
What do you say?
Oh yeah, you didn't do enough. Oh, he was just all over me. You didn't do enough. Of course, he's always like that. You know what I mean? That's Pops. It's funny. The older I get, I start becoming like him too.
Oh.
You didn't do enough. I know you could have done better. Why did you let him take you down? Blah, blah, blah. It was funny.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
That's Pops for you.
Does that hurt
even
your
after a win? No.
No?
When you live with a guy that's like that,
yeah,
not at all. That's nothing.
Even after a win?
That is nothing. Oh, he'll get on you. Yeah. Like when I fought Robert Whitaker, I knocked him out in the first round, but apparently he jabbed me too many times before that happened. Oh yeah.
So like there you are, you go to the back and you're probably like feeling like $1 million. Here I am, the Whitaker fight was tremendous. And then your dad just rips into you, man.
Yeah. You got hit too many times with that jab. Look at your face. Look at your face. All I can do is laugh at him. I mean, what do I say?
Are you at the gym right now?
I am. By the way, I live here.
What's the setup behind you over here with the toys?
So this is our Mine and Sweet Tea's podcast setup.
Oh,
we got the.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Yeah, you've been doing a lot of stuff. What's the YouTube award for? What milestone did you break?
So, well, that's just the 100,000 one yet. Okay. So we're close to 400,000 right now. So that's the goal, to get to 400,000 and break that. But I got the NMF belt right here.
Oh, there it is.
I got there's the NMF, the one you gave me on your show.
That's right. This is amazing.
So yeah, we got. Thank you.
By the way, I mean, it's become en vogue. I know you've been doing it for quite some time, but you got Chael, you got DC, you got Bisping. You guys are killing it with your YouTube stuff. Like, you can make serious money doing this, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's fun. We do it just for the fun of it and for the fans. But you make a pretty good living off of YouTube for sure. Doing the podcast at our Tending Tuesdays. We have a day in the life up that we do as well. You had a few guys that were doing it in MMA, but now people are realizing that you can, it's another job, obviously, but you can make some pretty good money on YouTube.
What's this other thing on the wall over here?
Which one?
Like next to your left, like literally that guy. Who's that?
So this is an anime, right?
Yeah.
I'm a big anime fan. This is Naruto. This is his ramen. He's a big ramen eater. It's like an anime of these kids growing up in these ninja villages, and they're like killing each other off. It's pretty cool, pretty intense. But this is a buddy of mine sent this to me. He runs his own company, and he does merch with, and he's got the rights to all these anime guys. So he does a bunch of anime stuff. I believe Izzy Adesanya wears a lot of his stuff.
Oh yeah. He's big into it. Now,
it's called Hypeland.
Hypeland?
Yep, Hypeland.
I love it. I love the ramen thing. But is that like a carpet? What is that?
Yeah, so it's the rug. We just decided to hang it up.
It's sick.
Yeah, so it's a rug. It's like something you put down in front of a door or in a bedroom or something like that. But we decided to hang it up. It's pretty cool.
Now, by the way,
Thank you.
Do you teach classes all the way up until you leave?
I leave tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. and I will be here tonight teaching classes.
You're crazy.
I'll be leaving here in about an hour or two, picking up kids from school.
What? You're picking up the kids the day before you go to Vegas to co-main event at UFC?
And then guess what? After the fight, the next Monday, doing the same thing.
You don't take time off. You don't take a week. I need a break. No, nothing.
Nothing. This is, I love it because it keeps my mind kind of off of the fight, so to speak. Cause I spend so much time thinking about it.
Yeah.
So teaching classes and picking up kids from school, and it keeps my mind right.
And you're going to pick them up in the school bus.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We've done a pretty good one actually. Remember that? Remember when the tornado went, right?
Yes. That was incredible.
I was in the bus. I was talking to you in the bus waiting on kids. The next thing you know, teachers are running out to me saying, "Hey, come in. There's a tornado literally behind you." And I had to run in the school.
I remember. That was insane. And so you'll pick them up. You'll do it. Is there going to be like a big send-off tonight? The last class?
So this is kind of, so everybody kind of comes in and says good luck and gives me a big hug. They'll give me like kids draw all kinds of really cool stuff for me.
I love it.
It's awesome. And it's awesome. They give me a good send off for sure.
Participation back to normal, or is it?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, when we first moved into our new facility, it was right when COVID hit. We had to shut down for at least 2 to 3 months, which is a bad timing, just moving into a spot. But we went from 630 students to over 800.
Wow.
Now, so we are crushing it right now, crushing it.
Why do you think that is? Like, why the spike?
I think because it was the whole COVID thing. Everybody was locked up. No sports things were going on. So people wanted to get back to normal and do something. And we opened up. Well, we were closed probably 8 weeks maybe. And we're like, all right, enough is enough. We're going to open up. And everybody was willing to come in, and they're loving it, and they're sticking around, which is awesome.
Man.
So
good for you. All right. So we're going out to Vegas. I told you I'd let you go, so I'm going to let you go. Always great to talk to you, Steven. Congratulations
thank you.
on the new contract. You got a big fight coming up, co-main event. Derek Lewis versus Chris Daukaus main event. Going up against your guy Woodley on the other pay-per-view over there against Jake Paul.
I know.
You think he wins?
I think so.
You do?
I mean, he's got to. Oh yeah. I think Tyron gets it. I think
interesting.
So I chatted with him not too long ago.
Oh, your buds.
Doing some Cobra Kai stuff.
Okay.
Any of you ever watched TV show Cobra
Kai? Of
course.
Kai? Tremendous.
So can't really give too much away, but we were there hanging out, and yeah, man, the beef has been squashed.
I love it.
Since then, he's awesome. He's awesome and fun to hang out with. So while we were there, it wasn't. I didn't get to hang out with him a ton, but while we were there on set and stuff, I got to hang out with him. And
wait, are you talking about acting?
Yeah.
Oh snap! You guys are in Cobra Kai,
man. Yeah. Well, I'm like, known as the karate guy in MMA.
Oh, sick.
So everybody's been wondering, like, hey, man, when are you going to do the Cobra Kai thing? So, yeah.
The new season coming out, the one at the end of the year?
Not season 4. Season 4. I can't really give too much away.
Sorry.
But you'll just be looking. Just be looking out.
Well, this is great news.
Just be looking out, Ariel Horning.
I love Tyron. I always thought that, like, the one flaw was his beef with you. Like, I couldn't quite understand it. Like, well, how could someone not like this guy? I didn't get it. I think it was all part of the build up and the emotion and the tension.
I think so too.
But it's good to hear that you guys are buds, and good to hear that you're picking him to win on Saturday as well. Good luck to you, Steven. Congrats on the new contract. Can't wait for the fight on Saturday night. And thanks as always for making time.
Anytime, my friend. Great talking with you, and we'll talk soon.
Yes, sir.
See you, brother.
Happy holidays. There he is. Wonderboy Thompson joining us from his gym in South Carolina. That is great.